Conjoined twins. Identical twins whose early embryo only partially separates, resulting in these individuals being born physically connected to one another, often sharing one or more internal organs. The first famous pair of conjoined twins were two boys named Chang and Eng, born in 1811 Thailand, attached at the sternum, while the first recorded successful separation of conjoined twins was carried out much earlier in 1689 in Switzerland. Conjoined twins are extremely rare and occur only once in about every 200,000 live births, with 70% being born female. Conjoined twins have a survival rate between 5 to 25%, which means about 200 pairs are born alive each year, but only about half survive past their first birthday. My name's Anthony Padilla, and today I'm gonna be sitting down with conjoined twins and previously conjoined twins to learn what it's really like to live a life fully attached to someone else and what life is like after being surgically separated from another person. Is a life permanently attached to someone else comforting in its lack of isolation? Or have things that most people take for granted, like eating, walking, romance, and general existence, proven too frustrating to find even a moment of peace? Is a completely independent life everything these previously conjoined twins ever dreamed of, as they get to live a life that more closely resembles normalcy in our society? Or does this separation leave them feeling lost, lonely, and anxious without their twin by their side? Hello, Carmen and Lupita.
Hi.
Kendra and Malia.
Hi. Hi.
Thank you so much for coming on here and teaching me about the world of conjoined twins.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
What do you consider yourself? Just conjoined twins, two people with a very special and unique relationship?
Formerly conjoined, something like that.
We consider ourselves hipsters.
Define hipsters for me.
We're attached at the hip.
I didn't even get that. That went way over my head. All right, I can't do, I failed, I'm out. Can you explain what being conjoined entails?
I mean, you spend every minute of your life with another person.
It's twins that were pretty much stuck together when they're born. It can vary on different ways. We were conjoined at the pelvis. Some are like conjoined at the back or the head.
So it could really almost be any part of the body.
Yes.
Just to make sure I don't ask, what is the most annoying question you guys get?
What does it feel like being a twin? Or having one leg because we don't know any different?
That's like if someone were to ask you, what does it feel like to have a size 11 shoe?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what question do you think you get asked the most?
Are we sisters? Are we twins? How'd you get like that?
You're like, well, it was definitely a choice. We definitely chose this life.
Yeah, exactly.
Do we remember being conjoined?
And what do you usually say to that?
I remember a few memories of like playing with friends, and I would drag her on her head because that's how we crawl. Not as bald in the back.
You were just dragging her around, removing all of her hair off the back of her head?
Yeah, exactly.
Which organs do you guys share?
Part of the digestive system, we have two separate stomachs. We share our reproductive system. We share our circulatory system. We have two separate lungs, two separate hearts. I have one leg and Lupita has her leg.
Have you had anyone in your life ever push or try to encourage you to get separated?
Our mom was trying to see what was the best options for our lives when we were little, but it turns out we couldn't get separated, and that's why we're like this.
Do you remember the actual process of being separated?
We remember before really well because, like, before the surgery, because they did a little scavenger hunt around the hospital to get us, like, prepared to go into the operating room.
Wait, they had a scavenger hunt to like warm you up?
They had, I think, numbers 1 to 11.
I don't remember.
I remember it was 11. I think it was 11. And we went around the hospital looking for those numbers. And then after number 11, they took us into surgery.
It was like getting you excited for surgery, almost like the surgery was the reward at the end of the scavenger hunt?
Yeah, even though it wasn't. It was kind of just so that we weren't as scared.
Were there a lot of potential risks in getting separated for you guys?
Yeah, especially with sharing kidney. So I had to go on dialysis as soon as we were separated.
And then she got a kidney from my mom like a year later.
How did that work? Was it successful immediately?
Yes, and it lasted 10 years and just 2 years ago, I had to get another transplant.
Did you feel like you got the short end of the stick in that regard, that you had to go through dialysis, or were you more focused on excitement that you were separated?
I was so little, I probably didn't really care.
Yeah, you're like, dialysis, everyone does this. This is just a part of life.
Yeah.
What are some things that you can do perfectly fine that some people assume would be more difficult than they actually are?
Walking.
What is walking like, considering both of you control a separate leg?
We had to go through about 15 years of physical therapy ever since we were about 6 months old.
Yeah.
And then at the point when we were like about 8 or 9, it became more of an instinct now.
So tons of practice. It wasn't something that was just natural immediately.
Yeah, we took our first steps when we were 4 years old.
In which ways do you think both of you differ the most?
She's louder than me.
So you're more quiet, you have to hear her talking a lot?
I'm like okay with it.
You almost don't have a choice at this point.
We don't have that many differing ideas, considering we spend every minute of our lives together. We do have to compromise a lot, but
Yeah.
we don't fight as much as people think we do.
If I imagine being with someone all the time, I'm like, there would just be constant bickering. But do you feel like you guys just naturally kind of found that compromised state, or do you think that you had to learn that?
We had to learn it. We like fought all the time when we were little. We have pictures of me with scratches on my nose, Carmen with bite marks on her arm.
And you can't escape that.
Nope.
Do you have any difficulty finding clothing that works for the both of you?
We do have a seamstress that makes all of our tops for us. Pants, shorts are just all normal.
So do you guys like pick out the clothing and then tell your seamstress what you want, or does she come to you with options?
We just go to like the store, buy 2 of whatever we want, and then just have her sew it for us.
If you guys were still conjoined to this day, what do you guys think would be the biggest hurdles for you to get over? Because you guys are just so different, you've grown apart since then.
Not resisting the urge to punch each other.
Do you still have to resist that urge?
Sometimes, but at least we can go our separate ways for that moment.
Yeah, you can shut a door between you guys if you want.
Yeah.
Do you think that you enjoy having your ability to be separated and alone more than you would if you were to have remained conjoined?
One of the reasons we were conjoined because of the kidney, like if we were able to stay conjoined safely, I think we would have adapted to it just as we are separated.
There was no room for any other decision. You had to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there were risks, but I think with our overall health individually,
It was better.
So, but you might have stayed conjoined if it wasn't a situation where you had to?
I don't know. I don't know what my parents would have thought about that, but we have very different personalities, and even when we were conjoined and stuff, we would fight, and like, we're so different. Like, I'd want to play a game on the computer and she'd want to play Barbies.
Would you guys get in arguments and such frequently and you wouldn't be able to separate from each other, or how did that work?
Yeah, we would bite each other when we were little.
There was just bite, and you can't even escape. You're just gonna get bit whether or not you want to.
Yeah, and then my mom would put both of us on timeout, give the good one like a lollipop or something, and then she'd go back in and the other one had stolen it. It was usually me who stole it.
You got the kidney and the lollipop.
Yeah.
Before we learn more about the world of conjoined twins,
We have rods in our backs, and we've broken those several times.
Being conjoined is not really our only issue. Like I said, our health issues, we have a lot of personal issues that we have to deal with.
I just wanted to mention that our lovely guests Carmen and Lupita wanted this video to support a very special nonprofit called the Shinto Shrine of Shusei Inari in America, who teach about living harmoniously with nature, which I feel incredibly passionate about as well. 100% of profits from this video will be directly donated to Shinto Shrine, who've been working hard to open their community center this year. I've linked their website down below to learn more about their mission and for info to make your own donation if you so please. And if you want to watch more episodes with people who have unique ways of living, I put a link up in the corner, up here, to some that have had a particularly profound effect on me. Now back to the world of conjoined twins. How does daily life for you differ from someone who has never been conjoined?
So we have one leg, but we've had it our whole lives, so it's a little different than if someone just would have gotten amputated. We use different mobility devices, like we use walkers when we go places, and then at home we use these like chairs.
Do they have wheels on the bottom?
Yeah, and then we just roll around the house on those.
So you just push yourself backwards?
My alignment is a little different. Like my leg goes outward just because it was like a side effect of the surgery. And so I'm able to do it sidewards.
I saw that you are both learning to use crutches and walk more upright.
It's harder for her to do it because
of my leg. I did have surgery on it, like to try and get it realigned, and they put plates in and stuff, and then I tried using my crutches and I broke the screws in it when I did my crutches, so I'm like nervous to do it again.
Has being separated caused any unexpected health issues?
Definitely.
yes, we have rods in our backs.
Okay, and that keeps your spine straighter?
Yeah, we have scoliosis, and we've broken those several times.
You've broken the rods?
Yeah, and they're titanium too.
How do you break titanium?
She's done it twice. She's broken hers twice.
So you just hear a crack?
Yeah, it's loud.
And it
too.
hurts. Like, it hurts so bad. I was baking a cake when I broke mine. I, like, lifted the batter and I, like, felt something, but I didn't hear a pop.
Baking is dangerous. You might break titanium.
Well, for one, Lupita has a lot of respiratory issues because the way that we are formed, she has severe scoliosis, and over time that is basically crushing her lungs. So right now her lungs only work 27% of full capacity. So if she can wear a mask, you can wear a mask.
Truth! You hear that? Do people in public react to seeing you in any kind of specific ways?
Little kids will ask us what happened to our leg. If I'm alone, I'll tell them what actually happened, but my friends like to cut in and say that a shark bit it off. And it freaks them out.
Grown adults have been asking us, like, how'd you get like that? Or why are you like that? Have you seen a doctor to get separated?
How do you respond to that? Do you just ignore them?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a lie because she's a bad attitude.
So do you tell them off, or do you just give them a dirty look?
If I can, I will try my best to educate them, but if they just can't understand the concept of human decency, it leads to that.
What do you think is the most unique reaction anyone has given you?
We went to the mall with a friend a couple years ago, and there was this little kid that walked past us. He turns around really quickly and he goes, "That's so cool!" We whip around, I'm like, I know!
You just gotta let him just like see you for just a moment so that he'll tell his friends and no one will believe him.
Exactly.
Do you get a lot of people trying to take pictures with you and stuff like that?
Sometimes people will follow us in order to take pictures of us. That's happened many times.
Are they trying to take pictures of you or with you?
Both, sometimes.
How does that feel when people just whip out their camera and act like you're something to be marveled over?
Sometimes ignore it, or we'll confront them and be like we'll notice them, obviously.
Yeah, you can't not.
But then be like, are you really gonna do that? And then like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, stop talking to me, kind of thing. And I'm like, alrighty then.
You're getting gaslit from someone who is stalking you almost.
Yeah.
Did you guys face any heavy judgment or bullying growing up?
Surprisingly, no, not really. Just mostly from people we don't know. Our community has been really supportive, and our school has like kind of enforced like they'll bully you if you bully them.
We're so lucky we didn't. I mean, we've had some like rude comments every once in a while, but nothing like major.
Faith in humanity restored. Do you think there were any kind of psychological effects that you feel now because of this whole experience?
Staying in the hospital
is really hard.
Yeah, she got, I think, PTSD.
Being conjoined is not really our only issue, or I guess problem we have in life. Like I said, our health issues, we have a lot of personal issues that we have to deal with.
And how do you guys deal with that? Do you help each other? Do you both feel those emotions?
No, we repress. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not, but yeah!
And I notice you guys hold hands a lot. Is that by choice or is that just convenience?
She has anxiety.
You do help each other. You do lift each other up.
I can't reach my arm this way, so it's either her hand or I punch her in the face. No, I mean like I was gonna go like this, but I could hit her in the face.
Oh, I thought that it was a violence thing, not a mistake.
No. I could actually punch. Yeah.
What are some challenges that you guys face that someone who's never been conjoined might never have to face?
Roller coasters.
As in roller coasters in your emotional state, or actual roller coasters?
Actual roller coasters.
As in you can't go on them, or they're scary?
Oh, I can't go on them.
Ah.
You're afraid of heights, that's why.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights, that's why.
So maybe it's a good thing. Can you explain the process of what it was like learning how to drive a car and how that was different than most people would experience?
I have the right leg. I do mostly everything. Just so she feels useful, she does like the turn signals, and that's pretty much it.
I have a purpose.
Is that because you want a purpose or because it's just simpler?
I want the purpose.
Has being conjoined affected your ability to get or maintain a job?
Yeah. Oh yeah, all the time. I had to get hired through like
A family member.
through a family member that owns a company, and she hasn't found a job yet because people don't know what we can do.
I went to a job interview. They came out, asked me a few questions, and then we're done.
You could tell that they were just kind of done immediately before the interview even started?
Yeah.
Why? Just because they assume that because there's something different about you, you're not capable?
I think so.
Yeah.
What is your guys' dream? Your lifelong dream? Do you have one?
So along with just wanting to support a family in the future and also having a type of job that we work with cows, we want to have like a personal farm with like cows and all the type of animals that we love.
I want an emu.
You want an emu?
Yes.
So an emu and a cow, just at least. Those are the bottom of the line requirements.
And a guard goose.
A guard goose. Well, geese are more scary than dogs, let's be honest. I've been to the lake before.
Exactly. I guess the sappy version of why we want to work with animals is they don't judge or they don't speak when they look at you and things like that.
And you guys have dealt with a lot of judgment and people saying things that you would rather them not say. So do you feel like animals kind of give you that time to just be with you without judging?
Yeah, they can hardcore judge you, but they can't say anything.
So that's a lesson for us all. Keep your mouth shut. It's okay to judge, but keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly.
Lynn Nee wants to know if one of you eats something or smells something or hears something, if the other one can also.
I mean, we're kind of in the same place, so in a way, sure.
Just because the fact that you're stuck in the same spot, yeah.
Exactly.
But when it comes to like eating, that's a no, right?
No, we both have to eat because we have two separate stomachs.
Do you guys like the same exact types of food?
We're kind of picky eaters, so kind of.
Just because the scope is so limited?
Exactly, just chicken tenders.
Just nothing but chicken tenders.
Exactly.
Josh Dove wants to know if you wish you had time to be alone.
I mean, we've been like this for 20 years. I'm all right.
I'm sure you guys go long periods of time without talking, so you kind of feel like you are alone together.
Well, I sleep before she does, so she has like alone time technically.
Are you laying down when you fall asleep and then you just stay awake laying down?
Yeah, I mean, we're all obsessed with TikTok now, so I just scroll through TikTok.
Do you have to wear like headphones so you don't wake her up?
Pretty much.
Zach Baja wants to know if one of you can take control of the full body when the other one's asleep.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
Make it make sense.
Human biology.
Oh yeah, we have been asked if we can, like, that exact same question, or if I close my eyes, can Lupita see what if I can see through her eyes or head or something like that. I'm like,
We're not conjoined that way, so no.
so no.
Yeah, that would actually take your brains being connected.
Exactly.
With the world becoming more and more divided, with people's opinions becoming stronger and stronger in each direction and more conflicts happening in the world, what do you think people can learn from your guys' situation with how much you guys have been able to actually live in harmony together?
I guess that we all might have different opinions, but under your skin, we're all just made of flesh and blood. We're all the same.
We all poop.
Everybody poops.
It's true.
What do you think it is about the fact that you were conjoined at one point that brings you the most joy?
That we have a cool story to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys always have an icebreaker.
Conversation starter.
Yeah, definitely.
One movie ticket.
Is that how it works? I never thought about that.
They charge per seat, not per heads.
So head count doesn't mean anything in that situation.
Exactly. Just don't tell nobody. Don't tell the MC.
They could charge for two, but it's just one per seat.
It's fine. It makes sense.
What do you think the biggest misconception is about conjoined twins and previously conjoined twins?
We've been like told a lot in the comments section. It's like, if I was connected to my brother, I just like end myself, yada yada yada, or I wouldn't know what to do. I'm like, well, we've kind of been like this for a long time, so I don't get it.
Yeah, it's not like you guys like lived an entire separate life and then all of a sudden you were together. So you don't know anything else. So of course it's not like you're gonna jump to some kind of drastic measure like that.
It's not hereditary. It's not, it's just something that happens.
Right. Do you get a lot of people assuming that like it runs in the family?
We've had questions like, are your parents conjoined? I'm like, that's, but no.
Can conjoined twins even reproduce? You can, right?
I know Eng and Chang had like 20-something kids.
20-something?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I need to go deeper into searching how many kids people have before I start doing interviews. Damn. All right, you got 5 seconds to shout out or promote anything you want directly into camera. Go.
All right, check out our YouTube channel, Carmen and Lupita.
Check out Heron Twins on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Subscribe to Anthony Padilla if you want to, or just check out his other videos.
Or don't if you don't want to.
Or don't, just, I don't know.
It's that easy. You have a choice.
I recommend it though. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much, Kendra and Malia. I feel like I understand the world of being a conjoined twin just a little bit more.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
After spending the day with these currently and previously conjoined twins, I've come to understand just how much strength is required to take common misconceptions and show that what makes us unique can sometimes be the driving force in bringing us closer than ever before. See you later, bye guys.
Press the like. Are you the two bros chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay?
Two bros chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay. That is me, yeah.
I told you.
Did someone not believe that that was me?
Yeah, many people.
Oh, you didn't believe, Lupita?
I didn't know.